Good morning. Now on Good Day, still burning a Southwest Valley construction site. A spectacular fire. We are live at the scene with the ongoing firefighting efforts.
Plus some hope in the North Atlantic as time is running out. What crews have found in the frantic search for a missing submersible.
And a raider turned giant turned husband. We sit down with Darren Waller as he fulfills a promise to the Las Vegas community. Good Day Las Vegas starts right now.
We start this morning with continuing coverage of just a massive fire in the Southwest Valley. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, so many of you probably saw smoke yesterday, some even telling us they were seeing ash on their cars miles away.
Yeah, this fire broke out about 4:30 yesterday afternoon at an apartment building under construction, and it's really burned ever since near Buffalo and 215. We have team coverage this morning. Sherry's looking at the weather and how the winds played a factor in the fire. But first, Lauren Negretti live at the scene with the latest. Lauren.
Good morning. Yes, 12 hours later, and as you can see, it is still burning, still an active scene out here. Those flames still visible from the 215 getting off of Buffalo. I'm going to show you the scene behind me here. Now, these apartments were still under construction, and there are no injuries. Clark County firefighters declared the building a total loss at 6:30 last night. 75 firefighters battled the blaze. Again, this apartment complex was under construction, and a neighbor tells us she got the alert to evacuate her apartment nearby.
I've never seen anything like that, in Vegas, just to see all the hard work. That's really why we're like, wow, we watched them build it from the ground up.
Now, she lived close by for a little over a year. Now, again, this is still an active burnout here as we're working to bring you the latest out here, and we will give you those details again here live and on our website at 8newsnow.com. For now, live near the 215 in Buffalo, Lauren Negretti, 8 News Now.
This is not the first time that we've seen a construction fire in that part of the valley. We captured this fire 2 years ago near Tropicana and Fort Apache. The complex was still being built, and investigators later determined the fire was set intentionally. It caused more than $30 million in damages. And 2 weeks prior, another condo complex fire. Several units burned near Tenaya and Sky Point, some of them a total loss. Certainly wind may have instigated, if not assisted, in that fire yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sure it made it challenging to fight it last night, for sure. We still had winds up until midnight, 25, sometimes 30 miles an hour. Now, the good news is the winds have calmed down significantly. Let's check some neighborhoods and the winds. You can see most of winds are below 10 miles an hour this morning. That's good news. But the air had also dried out considerably yesterday. Humidity levels this morning as little as 14%. Dew points are very low, so that also feeds a fire. Very dry air, and then you added in the wind yesterday and last night. Temperatures are cooling off into the 70s. We hit the low 90s for highs yesterday. It was our last full day of spring. Summer arrives just before 8 a.m. this morning. By 9 a.m. we'll be back into the upper 70s. Southwest breezes will be on the lighter side, maybe up to 20 miles an hour in some areas today. 87 by noon, and on our way to a warmer day in the mid 90s for your Wednesday afternoon. Still not the norm of 101, but we will have some breezes and it will be warmer. And please get the sunscreen on and keep yourself hydrated with that very dry air. Let's say good morning to Nate Tannenbaum. Check the drive and any problems in and around that construction fire.
Very good. Thank you, Sherry. Freeways in really good shape as you're getting going here on your Wednesday morning. No crashes. Looks like there is some slowing up on the northern 215 Beltway. Sometimes that turns out to be what we call phantom traffic, where the map shows that there are cars, but if you get out there, it's really not that big a deal. Possibly some slowing there on the 95, 515 southbound. That's the area where you don't have a lot of lanes to work with. But we're going to start with the ongoing repaving of the northbound side of the I-15 between the Spaghettiwell and Craig Road. Doesn't appear to be a whole lot of slowing, but you do have just one lane there around Cheyenne, so we'll keep an eye on that. And again, down there in the near Southwest Valley on Buffalo, just south of the 215 Southern Beltway, that's where crews are still on scene of that huge apartment building under construction. This is a live picture. It is still smoldering over there. John, Heather?
We've got some other news to report here this morning. A deadly shooting in the far Northwest Valley. Police still investigating, but right now they say someone was shot and killed inside of a home. This happened near Tropical Parkway in Wallapai. Police say the person was shot by the homeowner.
4 here on a Wednesday morning, and this morning there are signs of hope in the North Atlantic. The Coast Guard says underwater noises have been detected in an area where they're searching for that missing submersible. Authorities say the Ocean Gate vessel called Titan does have enough oxygen to last about 96 hours, but that's when it left. It's running out. Now, that submersible was heading to the Titanic shipwreck. After more than 2 days, that oxygen supply is dwindling. 5 people are on board. Experts believe spotting Titan will not be easy.
There are not really efficient ways to survey the seafloor and find it.
CBS News reports in 2018, a group of leaders in the submersible industry sent OceanGate a letter. They warned of catastrophic problems with its craft and its missions. The Coast Guard says since the submersible went missing, the U.S. and Canadian military units have searched a combined area of about 7,600 square miles. Heather?
A woman who claims that she was sexually assaulted by Bill Cosby in Las Vegas continues to push for legal changes to hold other abusers accountable. Lisa Lott Loveland claims that Cosby drugged her at a Las Vegas hotel in 1989. But a new law, which Loveland and her family helped champion, was signed by Governor Lombardo just a few weeks ago, and it lifts the statute of limitations and allows adults to sue for sexual assault that happened decades ago. Loveland is one of 9 women suing Cosby. And despite changes to the law, the family says they aren't sure if justice will truly be served.
You do everything right. You go to the police, and then you find out because of statute of limitations, there's nothing. And then you say to yourself, what can you do from here?
Cosby's spokesman has previously said the women suing him misremembered events, and they're making false allegations against innocent people. Nate?
Let's go to the Clark County Commission, where they've unanimously approved plans to create a new cultural district in the near Southwest Valley around Flamingo and Decatur. It's now officially known as Little Ethiopia. Got a bunch of restaurants there and some other businesses. The community's been pushing for that designation for several years. Check this out. The city of Las Vegas breaking ground on new pickleball courts up in the Northwest Valley at Centennial Hills Park. Supposed to open later this year. They will include lights so you can play after dark. The course will have what's described as a durable acrylic surface. Sherry.
Ooh, wow, sounds fancy. Health Plan of Nevada is celebrating a big achievement. Throughout the month of May, the organization collaborated with Scholastic Book Fairs to bring books to underserved Nevada communities. 5 elementary schools throughout our state received books. In total, more than $38,000 was donated, and that helped deliver more than 5,000 books. Wow. Participating schools here locally in the Valley included Woolley, Fay Heron, and Martinez elementary schools.
Oh, I love seeing all those kids' smiles, too. That's great. For those looking for a decadent food experience on the Strip, Ocean Prime opens today. You can find the premier $20 million restaurant 4 stories above the Strip. It's on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Harmon. The outdoor patio, in fact, overlooks the Strip. There's even a separate cocktail lounge inside. The food, of course, tried and true, seafood and steaks, and heavily influenced with some very rich flavors. And I had the pleasure of eating there yesterday. And I'm still full.
Did you spend $20 million on it? That's how much?
No, thank goodness.
Okay.
But it is quite decadent. The Chilean sea bass, I highly recommend it.
You heard it first. All right, still to come here on Good Day Las Vegas, a former Raider tells all.
That's right. We're going to sit down with Darren Waller to talk marriage, moving, and his foundation that keeps him rooted here in Las Vegas.
And of course, we're still following that large Southwest construction fire, that apartment complex which was being built. It's still burning 12 hours after it started. We're live at the scene. More Good Day Las Vegas coming up. But first, here's Sherry and the weather.
All right, guys, we just have a few more hours of spring left. A beautiful start to our Wednesday. We've got temperatures in the 70s. Hello, summer by 8 a.m. Yeah, we're moving into our hottest season of the year. Upper 70s by 10 o'clock, upper 80s by noontime, and mid 90s. A little warmer today, not quite back to normal, and a few breezes, but not windy. Good news there. 4:09, Good Day Las Vegas. We'll be right back after the break. We're live, local, now.